Hey everybody, Preston here, aka Godzilla Hawk. Now, first of all, I want to let everybody know. Right now that I did not do an NXT The NLive because I did it with Mitch on Global Smith Entertainment, which you guys can watch, and we give our thoughts about that. But if you want my opinion personally, just one-on-one, I'll just give you a quick rundown. I give it an 8 out of 10. The show was great. I enjoyed it as always. Some nitpicks, but you can watch Goldsmith Entertainment, watch his review. We review together. You get some more details into that. That being said, I want to talk about this topic because honestly, I didn't really know what to really talk about. Originally, I was going to do the NXT review, but then Mitch and I talked a while ago, and we're like, let's do this together. So we're like, yeah, why not? But let's just do a review together on NXT because I love NXT. So we did that, and then I was just kind of at home thinking, what video can I do now? Like, I don't really know what to do. I didn't really think of anything. But then the internet started blowing up about a certain topic that's really getting on people's nerves now. And not just fans, but wrestlers and promoters. And I kind of want to address it because I want to give my thoughts about it. And if you can't tell from the title, it's WWE/NXT fans crowd getting annoyed. Excuse me. Getting annoying with their chants. Now, we gotta address this. First of all, the crowd makes a show, even if it's a shit show. Let's be honest, if the crowd's loud, and whether they're all for the match or the segment, or if they're not interested, they're going to make it worth watching. Especially when it comes to WrestleMania, Raws after WrestleMania. Like we had, I think, 2013 after WrestleMania 29. Yeah, Sheamus and Randy Orton, nobody cared, and they were just chanting a bunch of random stuff. I thought that was hysterical. You can even see Orton and Sheamus' sides they're just like, oh my god. Yeah, wasn't gonna work. Like they were chanting randomly, they were doing the wave. I thought that was hilarious. But at the same time, I can understand why people would get annoyed with that. Now we gotta make something very clear here. The fans, like I said, make the show. Even if you can still have a good match, but then the crowd can be dead. Or you get a shit match and then the crowd will just start trolling, and it'll make the match more worth watching because the crowd's entertaining. The crowd makes WWE. It makes NXT. We all know that. For example, let's go to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. You know, they always have great matches. They had a great match at Payback. Fans are getting, this is awesome. This is wrestling. Ole. They're saying ole, 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 ole. You can't say anything about that. No wrestlers, no fans can foul-mouth that because they are actually into the match. They're actually giving their thoughts and they're being fans. So there's no excuse to treat them like shit like that. However, there are times where the crowd kind of goes a little too far. For example, Extreme Rules, AJ Styles versus Roman Reigns. I don't like Roman Reigns. I think he's number one, my least favorite WWE wrestlers at this time. He's number one on my list for obvious reasons. If you go to my RRR Roman Reigns rant review, you will know why. That being said, Extreme Rules, they had a great match. Styles and Roman Reigns Extreme Rules match, and they had a great match. The fans are chanting, you can't wrestle. You can't wrestle to Roman Reigns. I would not go that far to chant that to Roman Reigns. And even AJ Styles admitted that Reigns has definitely improved. And it wasn't like if Reigns was just literally doing the same 5 or 6 moves over again, I would not blame the fans one bit. But Reigns was doing some different stuff. He was doing cool spots. Like he did the what was it, the crucifix power bomb, which I admit was cool. Like we haven't seen Reigns do it. I was like, thank God, a new move. He was entertaining. I can understand why people are pissed about him and how he's getting this mega push, but he did very well. Now you people are already thinking, well, you hate Reigns so much. Well, why are you defending him? Because at least he put effort. At least he was doing different stuff. And what matters is they had a great match. I said this before, it's the same thing with John Cena. John Cena may not be the greatest wrestler of all time, but then when you pair up with somebody like a Kevin Owens or Styles, or, well, not Styles yet, but you know what I mean, like Daniel Bryan, you could get a great match out of John Cena. And John Cena could go from being an entertainer to a wrestler. That's what happens with Roman Reigns and AJ Styles. They take someone like Roman Reigns whose character's bland and his wrestling is stale. You put his Styles, and then he's like doing new moves, and he's actually wrestling. And that's what we want. Yeah, we don't like the fact he still wins, and he's still on top, but at least he wrestled. So fans saying you can't wrestle, I can understand that. That does get annoying. I can understand. Guys like Bubba Ray were getting pissed off about that. AJ Styles was kind of defending Reigns about that. I understand. Okay, I completely understand at that point. Then recently NXT TakeOver, the end. You saw the two big guys make their debuts and attack American Alpha. Then they had the manager with them. I apologize if I don't remember his name. I apologize. I just can't remember it. The fact that this guy came out, I was even questioning, like, who's this guy? Now I'm going to get a lot of hate for that and a lot of heat for that little segment or little wording I just said, but let me explain. I didn't know this guy. I really had no idea who he was because I never watched wrestling back in that day. I never watched wrestling back in the 80s and 90s. Okay, I never watched wrestling when the Road Warriors were there. Okay, where they were on top. I never watched wrestling, so I don't know everything about wrestling. Until they said he's the manager of the legendary Road Warriors. I was like, oh, cool. So okay, a Hall of Famer. It was like, okay, cool. Okay, because I was questioning like, who was this guy? I really had no idea. But and that's just me, okay? And I'm not trying to be mean, but the crowd, they weren't just quiet. Then they started saying, who are you? Who are you? Man, that got a lot of backlash. I think that was the point where so many people were getting annoyed. Kevin Owens flat out said that NXT crowds are annoying as hell, mainly because of that, but that probably friggin' just had enough. I know a guy who's in Hayward, Ryan M, I believe he's a promoter. I just recently saw one of his tweets. He said that NXT fans are getting annoyed because of that. You know, that's getting a lot of backlash. And I don't blame them. You know, I don't blame wrestlers or fans getting annoyed. Because there are going to be people like that, crowds like that, where they're not going to be as respectful. Okay, they're going to do stupid crap. They're going to say stupid crap all the time. I mean, for God's sakes, from time to time, we still get CM Punk chants for crying out loud. I mean, we still get those. I mean, those will never stop. We're going to get those, especially in Chicago. You know, like those are never going to go away. You just got to learn to accept it. And you got to accept that there's going to be crowds that are going to chant stupid crap like that. There's going to be people like that. I mean, you can stop them by just kicking them out, but then there goes some money. People will start backlashing and they're going to get pissed and wanting their money back. So there's going to be stuff about that. So for some reason, it's almost like there's a no-win situation here. If you let the fans stay, most fans are just going to watch the match and just be the crowd. and just be awesome. They're going to be entertaining. But then you're going to have to deal with people that are going to chant stupid shit like that. You can tell them to stop, but that's only going to work for only so long. And then what are you going to do? They're going to start kicking more people out. When you do that, then people are going to backlash, and they're probably not going to. They're going to want their money back. And I get, okay, I totally get this. I'm with the fans that should be able to speak their own mind. It's freedom of speech. But at the same time, I agree with the wrestlers and any WWE or wrestling staff that thinks that sometimes they can be a little much. Okay, Austin Aries and Nakamura, you have people chanting random stuff during their matches. If the match sucks, they have a right to. Okay? Because I'm not going to lie, I would not watch it. Let's be honest. I would usually go to the bathroom. The match is garbage. And there have been matches that have been garbage. When Ken and Nakamura are Austin Aries, you have the crowd singing Nakamura's theme a few times. So how's that disrespectful? How is that disrespectful to the wrestlers that they're pretty much saying Nakamura is awesome? And then later they're saying this match is awesome. So how's that annoying? How's that disrespectful? I don't think people are really clear. They just say NXT wrestling crowds are just annoying. Like they're flat annoying. Like every time they speak, it's annoying. What I'm trying to say is I'm trying to get into their mind thinking they're not always annoying. For the most part, they're fine, but there are going to be those fans that do take it to the next step and go over that step. They go over that line, over that boundary. Where you have people that say, you can't wrestle, and who are you, and doing random chants like CM Punk and stuff like that. And I get that. If they're doing stuff like that during the great match and stuff like that, I totally get it. I'm 100% behind the wrestlers that think it's annoying and it's just wrong. And it's just disrespectful, it's rude, and I totally get that. I totally get that. But at the same time, the fans do have a freedom of speech. They really do. If they want to say something, they will say it. They are the ones that make your show, make the wrestling product. If you have no fans, no money, and no money, then no wrestling. So think about that for a second. But so to all the wrestlers, to everybody that thinks that this is annoying, you are going to get people like that. You just gonna have to either accept it and just ignore it, or you have to find some sort of way to fix this. But do not say literally wrestling crowds are annoying, like WWE NXT, because for the most part they're fine. That's pretty much saying freaking crowds suck. You know, the people there suck. They're just terrible, rude people, and crowds are going to get that the wrong way. People on the internet are going to take that the wrong way, unless you are specific about this. I can't even say the word right. Tongue twister. I hate that. But you know what I mean. You have to make sure what you're saying, so you don't offend people. But at the same time, to the people watching the shows, when it's a great match, do the "this is awesome" or "match of the year" or chant the wrestlers' names are in the ring. But if they're having a great match and you're still saying you can't wrestle, you're doing like CM Punk chants and "we don't care" or boring, especially if it's on a match that's actually good, that's disrespectful and you need to stop. I'm not taking any side here. I'm saying that both sides have pros and cons. But my ultimate question is, are they getting annoying? The answer is, they do at times. It's just how to deal with it. Are you just going to accept it, or are you going to find some sort of way to resolve this issue? Instead of bitching and complaining online, why don't you try doing something? And as for the crowd, if you don't want people like Kevin Owens to start getting pissed off and Bubba Ray getting pissed off, that you need to respect what they do. Okay? You need to respect what they do, whether you like the wrestler or not. You have to respect them. Okay? Especially if it's like Reigns and Styles. If they're having a great match and Reigns does a new move, don't just say you still suck to him. Dude, for God's sakes, if the match is good, there's no reason to hate on Reigns. The only time you should hate on Reigns if he freaking wins the match and you're just annoyed and you're just like, well, for love of God, but don't tell the guy he sucks. Don't tell the guy he can't wrestle. I mean, that's just disrespectful. I mean, nobody should really deserve that kind of chant. You know what I mean? So, those are my thoughts. There are going to be people like that are annoying in WWE crowds, and we're always going to get that, but not everybody is like that. There are a lot of people that do respect wrestling. So for all the wrestlers, managers, explain that to them. Explain that you don't actually mean everybody. And then to the crowd, if you don't want the backlash from them, be more respectful, be more patient, be more open-minded, and just have fun. Just enjoy the programming, what you have. I mean, for God's sakes, if you don't like a match, if you don't like, if you're watching AJ Styles and Roman Reigns and you're not a Reigns fan, that there's other things you can do than instead of chanting stuff. You can go to the bathroom. You can go get in your car and just drive off. You don't have to watch it. If you don't like something, why stay there and watch it? Why do you have to keep chanting, you can't wrestle and all this CM Punk chants? If you don't like something, just don't go. If you don't like something, just go use the bathroom. Just go do something else, or just keep your mouth shut. That's what I have to say there. I'm not taking any sides here. Both sides have their pros, but both sides have cons. And I swear to God, if I keep hearing more about these people backlashing on these annoying chants, I'm going to flip. Okay, I'm going to just flip out. Because honestly, I am so sick of people making these videos of like freaking certain people saying, NXT needs to end because NXT's garbage, or because the NXT crowds are just stupid and they're just annoying little pricks. I don't want to hear that garbage. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to be going on Twitter and reading up a tweet like Kevin Owens and saying that NXT crowds are annoying. I'm glad I'm not there. Stuff like that makes me furious for numerous reasons. But I don't want the crowd disrespecting the athletes. I want them to freaking respect the athletes of what they do, whether you like them or not. I don't want them to where we're having a great match and yet the crowd shouting boring, or we hate Reigns, or Reigns can't wrestle. I don't want to hear that. If the match is good, you could chant AJ Styles, Roman Reigns, AJ Styles, or you could say this is awesome, or this is really. Say more positive things. Don't be so annoying and negative. Just chant. Just do positive stuff. But then to the people on the other side, if they're chanting during a match, but if it's all positive, like this is awesome, like, are you gonna complain and think that's annoying? That they're actually excited for a match, even if the match has just started? Like, are you gonna get mad? Even before they lock up, you're gonna get annoyed? I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me. Whatever the case may be, both sides need to get their shit straight now, because I'm quite honestly sick of this. People love talking about this. I don't. I don't want to hear any more annoying crap from either side. I want everybody to just be fine. I want the wrestlers to be happy and just go out there and perform. I want the crowd just to be a little respectful and just have a good time. I want both sides to be happy. Until they figure something out, apparently all wrestlers are going to do are just going to freaking bash the crowd, and all the crowd's going to do is just be disrespectful and calling the wrestlers hypocrites, and they're freaking going to just bash each other until eventually. I know that's a bit of a stretch, but if it continues like this, mark my words, ain't going to be pretty. Wrestlers are going to lose a lot of fans. And keep in mind, I'm not saying every wrestler is a bad person. There's only a handful of names I named. And what I mean by those names, I mean those are just examples of people hating on pretty much the crowds. When in reality, it's only some people. I'm not saying like the entire crowds are. I'm not saying like, well, the entire crowds are amazing. Like I admit that there are people that can be rude and disrespectful and annoying, but not everybody is at fault. There are people that just want to enjoy a show and watch some good old wrestling entertainment. That's all they want. So end this video off. Both sides have their points, but both sides have cons and pros. Always do. I do not want to hear this crap anymore. I am sick of this annoying crap and backlash. I am sick of it. So for the love of God, make everybody happy, including myself, and knock this stuff out, okay? Just knock it off. I have had it with this BS, okay? If you watch this video, thank you for respecting my opinion and just listening. I got nothing really else to say other than take care of my peeps, and we'll see what happens after this. Who knows? Maybe it will get better or will stay the same. I don't know, but I am getting really annoyed. Not by the crowd, but by both sides of this argument. I'm getting sick of the crowd, and I'm getting sick of wrestlers getting pissed off. I'm getting sick of it. So act up and grow up.